Hello, and welcome back to G Free with Friends and Family. And if you're new here, welcome. Today's my son's birthday, and I'm going to bake him a cake. I'm going to bake his favorite cake, which is Flourless chocolate cake. So we're going to start off with about 8 ounces of chocolate chips. I don't know why I never bring a scissor with me. I'm gonna use my teeth, sorry. The heat will kill the germs. Ooh. Okay, now this is a 12-ounce bag, so I'm looking to leave 4 ounces in the bag. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I love chocolate. I just love it. Now to that we're going to add a stick of butter. I'm actually having the recipe because I think it was for a much bigger cake. So now I'm going to put this in the oven. You're supposed to do it in a double boiler or something like that, but I'm going to put it in the oven on a low heat and let it melt like that. I'll be right back. I'm back. So now I'm going to beat 4 eggs until they become light and frothy. Should have banged them on the table like that girl. Now they say this is going to take approximately 5 minutes. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Oh. There. Oh. Okay. Now I have my hand next to here. Have you ever made flourless chocolate cake before? It is just like so good, and I know my son likes it with ganache on top, so maybe I'll make a little bit of that too. I don't know. I like it with ganache and raspberries, but he doesn't like fruit on his chocolate cake, so, and it's not for me, so I guess I won't make it like that today. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, I probably will have to beat that a little more because even more is frothy now. Maybe the 5-minute thing was correct, or maybe I could just leave it like this because I've made flourless chocolate cake so many times and I never frothed the eggs before, but I saw a recipe and it said to do it, and because it's a very dense cake, so maybe this lightens it up a little bit, but you know what, I don't care, and he doesn't care, so yeah, I think I'll just leave it as it is. And today, and I'm going to show it to you now so that I don't forget, today I'm going to put my secret ingredient for chocolate things, and that is cinnamon. I love to put cinnamon in chocolate because it somehow lightens the flavor. You know, like some people can't eat a lot of chocolate because it's too rich. But when you add the cinnamon to it, it kind of like lightens it up, and people are able to consume more for some reason. And it just has a nice little hint of a flavor there. I love to put cinnamon in my chocolate. Try it, because I think you're gonna like it. Yeah, so I'm gonna be making this dish that I whenever I start talking a lot, my voice just goes. I'm going to be making this dish that I wanted Slick Nico, or Slick from the Slick Nico twins. I wanted him to make it. So I wrote down the recipe, I sent it to him, and he didn't make it. So I'm going to make it, maybe in a live, and he could see it then, and maybe he'll make it. Maybe he'll get the courage to make it. It's like my oldest daughter, when she was 3, she wanted to play the violin. So we got her one of those, I think it was a quarter size then. That's like the smallest violin that they make, because she was a baby, So she goes to her first lesson. And even though she wanted to play it, oh, I know what it was. She used to be able to hear the notes and play it. So the teacher wanted her to learn to read the notes. And that frightened her for some reason. She didn't feel like she could do it. And the teacher used to tell her, be brave, be brave. And then she would, okay, and then she'd just go ahead and do it, So that's what I'm going to be whispering to Slick through the internet. Be brave, be brave. And we'll see if he does it. I hope so. Because once he makes his first dish that he thinks is complicated, but it's really not. It's just like chopping up a bunch of stuff. Once he does it once and it comes out good, I think he'll have courage to be more adventurous in the kitchen. Because, you can't always depend on people to cook for you. I think everybody needs to know how to cook. Men, women, everybody. They need to know how to cook. You need to know how to feed yourself. Because what if something goes wrong with that person, you and that person or whatever? First thing they're going to do is stop feeding you, because you don't know how to feed yourself. So it's kind of like insurance, You cook sometime, they cook sometimes. Sin doesn't have to cook so much. His mother doesn't have to cook so much. Sometimes he can come over and he can cook a meal for the family. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm still waiting for my son to cook for me, though. He knows how to cook. He can feed himself. But when he's home, he wants me to cook. His sister got him to cook for her because she doesn't have a dish. Neither do I. I don't have a dishwasher either. But she doesn't have a dishwasher, and they take turns. Whoever cooks, the next one has to wash the dishes, and vice versa. So let me go see. I think that chocolate must be melted by now. So yes, the butter's melted, and that means that the chocolate is melted. Yeah, so I'm going to stir this up, mix it all together. Now this has to cool off a little bit before we can put the eggs in. I hope this doesn't do anything to the table. I don't think so. I don't know what that tabletop is. Let me make sure that I'm not ruining my table. No, it's good. It's good. Add the cinnamon. Maybe that's a teaspoon. You just have to smell chocolate and cinnamon together. You really do. Because it is an amazing thing. Let me, yeah. Didn't ruin the table. I'm going to put some more. So maybe that's a teaspoon and a half. I remember the first time I made this for my son. I forgot how old he was, but I made him, I think it was lobster mac and cheese, asparagus. Yeah, it was just the lobster mac and cheese and asparagus. And then for dessert, I made him a flourless chocolate cake. He must have been maybe 9. My goodness, this little boy, it's like he took one bite of his food and he just like put his head back and his eyes rolled in the back of his head. And he was like, He thought it was so good. Yeah, this is mixed well now. I just have to wait for it to cool. I have to taste it. You gotta put cinnamon in your chocolate. You have to. It just does something. It's just like goes right to your pleasure center. So good. Chocolate does that anyway, but cinnamon and chocolate, you have to try it. So good. They should make a candy bar, cinnamon and chocolate. Oh, you know how I hate to wait. Let me beat this some more because it's starting to settle. Oh. You know I'm impatient. What do you think will happen if I put the... Start putting the eggs in now? Do you think it'll be bad? I'm going to use this cup and put this in here. And I'm going to just start putting these eggs in. There. They said fold it in 1/3 at a time. I don't think it's going to I don't think it's going to cook. They said to be very gentle with it. Some more in. It's kind of, I don't know. Just trying something new. about mixed in. I don't want any egg. In the cake. So I'm trying to mix it in and be gentle at the same time. I think I'm doing a good job. There. Oh, this smells so good. I can't believe it. Okay. I think that's about ready to go in the oven. Now, it's in the oven at 325, but I'm actually going to check it in about 15 minutes. Oh, I'll take these glasses off. In about 15 minutes, because I want to, I just thought of something that happened last night. I'll tell you about it after. I'm going to check it in about 15 minutes because I have to remember that I halved the recipe. It was for a much bigger cake. And I put, you know, instead of 8 eggs, I put 4. Instead of a pound of chocolate, I put half a pound of chocolate, you know, all of that. So, I'm thinking that it might be done a little sooner. So I'm going to check it in about 15 minutes. Let's set a timer. And I'll sit and chit chat with you and see how much makes it to the video. Press start. The funny thing is that the other day I was in the Slick Nico Twins live, and they were playing a game. And what game were they playing? I don't remember, but I know I won. They were playing a game, and I have this fan that I use. I don't know, maybe you've seen it a couple times. So just kidding around, you know, when they were introducing all the players and they put you up on the screen and you're like, you know, like you're doing your own live. And I flipped up my fan and I started doing that. So last night I was in there live again, and I left my fan in the back. And so they pulled me up on the screen again. I think they wanted to see the fan. So I said, oh, I don't have my fan tonight. And Sing goes, oh, wait a second. I got a fan. Let me go get my fan for you. And she comes back with this big electric fan. It was so funny. I was like, no, I don't want that fan. But yeah, so that's what I was chuckling at. Just the vision of her with the fan came to my mind. I don't know. Oh, probably because it's hot in here. And again, my fan is in the back. Now I can go get it this time because, you know, we're just waiting around for this cake to cook. Yeah. Then after that's done, I'll let it cool off. I'll show it to you guys, and then I'm going to sign off. And I'll start getting ready while it's cooling off. And then I'll wrap it up, put it in a shopping bag, and hop in a cab. And we'll be off to the races. We'll see. But I hope this cake is ready soon. Because the sooner it's ready, the sooner I can get out of here, and the sooner I can eat it. Even though it's not my birthday. The sooner I can eat it. Look, guys. And it smells delicious. Now, here's the crust. It cracked a little bit. That's okay. Because actually, when it cools off, it sinks down. So I'm going to show you this up close and personal. Oh, this thing is so hot. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to sign off. Let this sit here to cool. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so good. And I want you to remember to count your blessings, especially when you have something like flourless chocolate cake. Be a blessing to somebody else. Give someone a flourless chocolate cake. And be kind to yourself. Eat the flourless chocolate cake. Until next time.